Sonic's Green Hills Adventure Season 5 Chapter 13, Boom Shadow. Boom Shadow's point of view.
I was simply enjoying the peace and quiet, when suddenly I heard a loud crash just outside of my cave. Irritated, I went to investigate. I saw it was Eggman. Hey, what are you doing here? That pathetic hedgehog usually kicks you in the direction of your lab, I demanded.
That is odd, Shadow. I'm sorry I accidentally disturbed your peace and quiet. But you should know there are 3 Sonics running around, and another you.
Eggman said as he cowered away from me. I rolled my eyes at his pathetic display. What? Another me? I said as I headed to the village.
Movie Sonic's point of view.
Once I recovered, I stood up and walked over to Boom Sonic. Why did you kick him into the distance like that? I asked nervously.
Oh, relax, Mimi Sonic. That's part of the routine.
Boom Sonic replied so casually it left me stunned. This world is so bizarre. Speaking of which, Marina, can you use your new power to take us home? I asked as a plan formed in my mind.
I'm afraid not. Not yet, at least. Like with Shadow's Chaos Control, it's going to take time and practice to be able to pull that off.
Marina replied sheepishly.
Well, I'll do my best to help you.
Shadow offered excitedly.
Thank you, Shadow.
Marina said as she hugged him in gratitude.
No problem, Marina.
Shadow said as he returned the embrace. However, just as they were ending the hug, Boom Shadow punched Shadow in the face with such force that it sent him flying into a tree on the other side of the clearing. No! Shadow! I cried as I ran over to him to make sure he was okay. However, Boom Shadow tripped me and then pinned Shadow up against the tree, just like Knuckles did to me in the original timeline.
What the heck do you think you're doing?
Shadow gasped out as he struggled to get Boom Shadow to release him.
Shut up, you ugly prototype. Now why are you here?
We didn't come here intentionally. I was just trying to get us home.
Shadow said as he struggled harder as I could now see he was in pain. Hey! Leave my brother alone! I shouted as I started to approach Boom Shadow with clenched fists and gritted teeth.
Brother, if you really are an alternate version of me, then how can you be so foolish? Being close to others is weakness. You'll bring way more shame on all hedgehog kind than the Sonic from this world does.
Boom Shadow said, completely ignoring me. I had enough, so I used my heat powers to force him to let go of my brother.
Gah! What in the world was that?
Boom Shadow demanded as he turned around. That was me. Now please, get away from him, I said as I ran over to my brother. Are you alright, Shadow? I asked as I did my best to look him over. That's why he started having a coughing fit, so I rubbed his back in comfort.
Aside from the coughing, I'm fine, little bro.
Shadow said as he hugged me reassuringly. Oh, thank goodness you're okay, I said in relief as I returned the embrace. Then I noticed Boom Shadow gawking at us.
How did you do that anyway? Not even this idiot can do that.
Boom Shadow asked as he gestured to Boom Sonic, who looked offended. It's a long story, but to make it short, me, Shadow, Silver, and Marina got Murhog abilities, and heating things up is my power, I replied as we crossed the clearing to get back to the others. Once we did, Annika was reaching out to Shadow, so he immediately brought her into his arms.
Are you okay, Shadow?
Annika asked with tears in her eyes. It would seem that she got a firm grasp on talking. Shadow held her close to him.
Shh. Not to worry, Annika. I'm fine.
Shadow said and then kissed her forehead.
Aw, that's so adorable.
Boom Amy said, which made us giggle. However, Boom Shadow cleared his throat, getting our attention again.
Who are those humans with you? And who are they?
Boom Shadow said as he gestured to Mom, Dad, Blancpaw, and Marina.
Well, actually, I am a human too.
Marina said as she walked forward and switched to her original form.
I'm Marina Melody, Bovisona's girlfriend.
Marina added as she glared at Boom Shadow.
Why are you fools associating with these humans?
Shadow demanded in disgust, because they are our parents. They took us in when we were alone, and we were completely and utterly alone for several years. I replied as I looked at Mom and Dad fondly.
Wait, are you saying you don't live on Mobius? Why would you leave? And also, how did Marina do that?
Boom Shadow asked, completely flabbergasted, because it wasn't safe anymore. As for Marina, she found a spell in our friend's spellbook, and that's Longclaw. She's our godmother. She's the reason I made it to Earth alive. I replied to keep it short.
Okay, Shadow, are you done here?
Boom Shadow said as he got into a battle stance.
Not quite. So, what are you like?
Boom Shadow said as he turned to modern Sonic.
Well, in comparison to the other Sonics here, I can confidently say I'm the most experienced one. I've been saving my world ever since I was 15. Experienced all kinds of foes, forms, and so much more. However, even with that, Movie Sonic still had it the roughest. So if you think I'm going to stand by and watch you add more to his and his brother's trauma pile, you're crazy.
Modern Sonic said as he stood protectively in front of us.
Boom Shadow's point of view.
What makes you think I'll listen to you? No one can tell me what to do, especially you fakers. I shouted toward all the Sonics and Movie Sonic's brothers, so I got ready to teach them a lesson about messing with me. So Faker, you really think you can stop me? Then prove it, I said to the Peach-armed Sonic.
Well, I was able to befriend Modern Shadow, so yeah, I know I can stop you. By the way, call me Modern Sonic.
Modern Sonic exclaimed right before we charged at each other.
At first they seemed evenly matched. However, Boom Shadow decided to change that.
Chaos Control!
Boom Shadow said to warp through time just to roundhouse kick Modern Sonic, which sent him launching into a tree.
Despite your claims, you are still nothing in comparison to me. So how about a Movie Sonic? Think you have the guts to defeat me?
Boom Shadow challenged. Movie Shadow's point of view.
I stood protectively in front of Sonic. Sorry, that's not gonna happen. It's not his thing. He's more into self-defense only. I told my counterpart warningly. Instead, how about a rematch? You just got that lucky shot because my guard was down, I said, as I saw he was getting agitated.
Fine, but you'll see I am the true ultimate life form.
Boom Shadow said as I stepped forward, and we both got into our battle stances. To no one's surprise, we were pretty evenly matched. However, several minutes later, I saw a very dark look in his eyes.
Chaos Blast!
Boom Shadow cried, "Silver Shield now." I said as quickly as I could, but when I heard the screams, I knew it was too late. I quickly knocked Boom Shadow into a tree, so I had an opportunity to make sure my family was all right. I ran over to them as I saw them groaning in pain. sprawled on the ground. And as if that wasn't bad enough, Anuka was crying her little eyes out. So I immediately picked her up. Shh, it's okay, little sis. I'm here, I said to soothe her as I checked her for any injuries. Thankfully, she was fine, and she calmed down. But I could tell she was still very shaken up by this. I then checked on Mom and Dad since they were humans exposed to the blast. Mom, Dad, are you guys okay? I cried in a panic as I worried they were severely hurt internally. I've looked them over, and there were no open wounds.
My arm feels sore.
Mom replied through gritted teeth. All right, just hold still. Chaos heal, I said, and Mom was healed instantly. What about you, Dad? I asked nervously.
I'm fine, Shadow.
Dad reassured me as he stood up. Oh, thank goodness it wasn't any worse. You two are very lucky, I said, in relief as I hugged them.
Modern Sonic's point of view.
As Movie Shadow was doing that, I stormed over to Boom Shadow with my fists clenched. Are you crazy? How dare you? Especially with a baby nearby, I demanded as I punched him in the face.
Oh, shut up, Faker. See, they're fine. My counterpart has healing abilities. I did what was necessary to win, which includes using any abilities I have.
Boom Shadow said as he rolled his eyes. Wow, you really are an edgelord, I said in disgust and then dashed over to Movie Sonic. Are you okay, Movie Me? I asked as I saw him struggling to sit up.
I'm alive if that's what you mean. It felt like the wind was blown out of me.
Movie Sonic said as he tried to regulate his breathing. Once he did, he began looking around frantically with panic in his eyes.
Wait, where's Marina?
Movie Sonic said, and we all immediately began to look as well, and she was nowhere in sight.
Bro, you don't think...
Movie Silver said as he gestured to the ocean.
I have to find her.
Movie Sonic said very seriously right before dashing off and diving into the ocean. Boom Shadow stared in bewilderment.
I don't understand. Isn't he afraid of water? Let alone can't swim.
Boom Shadow asked in confusion.
Weren't you paying attention? He's half Murhog, so he'll be fine. And no, he's not afraid.
Boom Sonic said as he glared at him.
Oh, I've got to see this for myself.
Boom Shadow said as he rushed to the beach. Meanwhile, Movie Sonic was deep in the ocean looking for Marina.
Marina? Marina, where are you?
Movie Sonic said as he continued to search for the love of his life. Finally, after several minutes of looking, he found her, passed out on the ocean floor. He immediately swam over to her.
Marina? Marina, can you hear me? Please wake up. Say something. Anything.
Movie Sonic cried as he tried to wake her up. However, she remained unresponsive.
No. Not good.
Movie Sonic quickly held her bridal style.
Hang on, Marina. It's going to be okay.
He added reassuringly as he swam quickly back to shore. Meanwhile, on shore, everyone ran after Boom Shadow to make sure he didn't try anything, and finally made it to the beach.
Hey guys, look! I think that's them!
Movie Silver said as they all rushed to the shoreline. They could see Movie Sonic have resurfaced with Marina in his arms as he swam towards them.
Mom! Shadow! I can't wake Marina up! She's completely unresponsive!
Movie Sonic cried as he finally made it to shore.
Oh my gosh!
Maddie said in devastation as she and Movie Shadow were the first ones to close the distance between them and Movie Sonic.
Can either of you help her?
Movie Sonic begged tearfully.
Well, let me see if I can find out what's specifically wrong with her.
Maddie replied as she examined Marina.
Okay. It's a concussion. Think you can heal that, Shadow?
Maddie said as they turned to Movie Shadow.
Absolutely, Mom. Chaos heal.
Movie Shadow replied as he healed her. During all this, Boom Shadow couldn't stop staring at Movie Sonic and Marina's fishtails.
You guys weren't kidding about the mermaid thing. How is this possible?
Boom Shadow asked in confusion. However, before he got an answer, Marina woke up.
Marina, are you alright?
Movie Sonic cried as he held Marina close in relief.
Yeah, I think so.
Marina replied and then kissed him, and then Movie Sonic steam dried their tails off. Movie Sonic's point of view.
Now that I knew Marina was okay, I turned my attention to Boom Shadow as my anger was at its boiling point. I could even feel my dark form begging to be let loose. but I decided that won't do any good here. So I took a deep breath so I would be calm when I tell him what I was about to say.
Why are you glaring at me? They're fine.
Boom Shadow said as he rolled his eyes. Yeah, by luck. They could have died from that. You're lucky I'm not going to let my anger control my actions. And that's only because he didn't end up committing manslaughter. So, if you try hurting me or my loved ones again, you won't be so lucky. Now get out of my sight or else, I said seriously and then walked back to my family. I looked back to see he heeded my warning.